Welcome to Matt Bayeski YouTube channel. Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. It's an absolutely beautiful day to talk about uplifting positivity, energy, which is healing, and all the things that make us just feel a little better in the mind, body, and soul. Touching the spirit is one of the most important things when you're a healer, and by clearing away the negativity, the walls that we create to protect ourselves from being heartbroken again or being abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. Those walls that we believe are there to protect us, spiritually speaking, if we can break them down, which a good healer can, then you feel light again. Because those walls that you build around you are solid, they're heavy, and that's a burden that you carry. And it's not always a good energy to carry around. So there's a kind of double-edged sword. Protect myself in the way of I'm not looking, I don't want anybody near me, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want anybody in my energy. That's one thing, but it's another thing to feel that. And just by saying those words inside your soul and your head is a cry out for help, basically. You just don't want to be hurt again. You're sensitive, you've been through the pain, you don't want to suffer that again. But in actual fact, when you really study spirituality or the path of life and what it's really about, by protecting yourself in that way, that's not actually the answer. And you haven't actually conquered the answer. You're just freezing yourself in the same situation for it to generally come back again. How do I know this? Well, I've healed thousands of ladies and men and teenagers who have gone through the pain of heartbreak or grief or suffering or abuse. And I see the patterns, and the patterns are really obvious. Facing up to your darkest moments or your greatest of challenges is something that not many people want to do. We want to run away, and most of us run away. I'm brilliant at that. I turn into a greyhound and run like mad whenever I see certain people that I feel as if there's going to be confrontation. I hate confrontation, not interested. I don't care about your opinions. I'm not interested about what you've got to say because you say it in the most awful way. You don't come across in a loving way, and I don't want to waste my energy, and I don't want to be in the company of somebody who speaks like that. That's how I am. I don't think I'll ever change. Maybe I will one day, but why do I want to confront that? So you see how easy it is to stay in the same situation. Fascinating, really, when you think about it. Oh, but you're a healer, Mark. You should be more powerful than that. No, I'm a healer because I need healing more than anybody else. The spirit in the room. Yeah. Who is it, Mark? I ain't got a clue unless they give me information. And I don't chase it, don't look for it, not interested, because I've got other things to do today. So go and pester somebody else. It's a beautiful spirit, actually. Whoever it is, it's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. So thank you for coming and putting your energy in here. I appreciate it. I don't know who it is, sorry. I have to, it's harder for me to attune than a lot of clairvoyance mediums. It takes a lot of energy and effort for me because I have to really work hard at it. Some people are a lot more gifted, a lot more sensitive. What I can and what I am good at, and I can say it with my hand up, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I've been spending a lot of years doing it, is clearing negative energy from people. I'm pretty good at that. And I'm pretty good at knowing where the root cause is, can feel it straight away, even on my body or on theirs. Because we're mirrors to somebody else when we start to attune. Fascinating, really. And then clearing it, yeah, pretty good at that. And why? Because I know that what is needed is always given. It's really that simple. It's having the confidence Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, there you go. You've already stopped it. So I don't really think when I heal. I just open myself up completely, and thought disappears, and I go into a kind of meditative state and just enjoy the journey, the trip. Yeah, it's not a roller coaster of emotions, but it certainly is fulfilling when the energy comes through you because you're healing yourself. Anyway, going back to you and me, we think we're protecting ourselves by saying we're not doing that again. We're not gonna keep away from me. That keeps us frozen. We don't actually move forward. So when we move into the light, we realize we're coming back again to learn that again. Or the universe keeps throwing the same curveball until we learn to drop the bat and stop striking or trying to strike. And what does that mean, Mark? Well, a lot of the times we think where we've overcome something and we jump back into the same situation. Overcoming a circumstance or a challenge or a test that we give ourselves before we come into this world is to see our reactions, to see and feel, of course, to feel that abuse, that suffering. Why do we all have to come here for abuse and suffering? Why do you always talk about that, Mark? Great question. Why is it that you smile so many times in your lifetime but don't remember them? And why is it so very rare is the abuse that you've been through, but you remember the few little times of the abuse that are there more than the times that you've smiled and had great joy in your life? So they're both equal. It's just that you put you put your focus on the worst things that have happened to you, but never focus, in fact, never even give it a second thought of all the wonderful things that have happened, all the kindness and the love and all the things that have been given to you and all the things that you've done in a kind, loving way. Never remember that. That's not important, is it? It is important. You've just been brainwashed to think it's not important. You've been told to think it's no value. You've been told to think abuse is value. You've been told to think abuse is something that you need to focus on. No, not really. You need to feel it as you would do feeling love and joy, and then you need to let it go. And for me, you need to focus on the love and happiness and hold on to it. Why? Well, it makes sense. High vibration, healing energy is love, kindness, caring, sharing, happiness, joy. That's energy that heals you. If you hold on to sadness, worry, fear, that's going to make you feel sick, and surely it will make you sick. It will make you sick in your spiritual, and you'll lose all your energy. You'll lose all your dreams. They disappear. You lose any of your physical immune system just drops to zero. So then you'll pick any kind of stuff up and you'll feel crap and you'll feel sick because your immune system isn't working correctly because you're in the energy of darkness. It is darkness. Fear is darkness. Negativity, any negativity is darkness. You worry, darkness. Fear, darkness. Jealousy, bitterness, anger, opinionated, judgment, all darkness. All lead you to a path of cancers, dis-ease, and everything else that happens to you during the day. However, there's a few people out there, not many, that live in joy and happiness and see the world as a great experience to learn and grow. And the greater the challenge, the more powerful I am. That's a beautiful one. That was one of the first things that Spirit said to me when I asked, why are we here? And why am I going through this pain? You're going through this pain because you're powerful. What do you mean? Surely if I'm not going through any pain, I should be more powerful. Not necessarily at all. If you're going through pain, it means that you, when you were in the spirit world, in your true form, not in this spacesuit, but your true form, which is love and light, when you're in that world, this is the only world that you will experience. What you will never experience in the spirit world, because you're in a physical body. That's why you come into this spacesuit. This spacesuit. So yeah, it's fascinating subject. So yeah, you come here because when you're in the spirit world, you're powerful and you say, okay, I want to go through that. Why? Because I want to feel it. I want to go through that. Oh, really? Yeah, but I want to feel it. I want to go through it, and I know I can conquer that, and I know I can. It's all about what, going back home. What did you? This is this is how I understood it. When I was with somebody who was moving into the light, they would tell me that they saw thousands of images as they're moving into the light. I'm seeing my life flash before me. That was a normal sentence. So I put the pieces together because this was a pattern often that happened when my clients were moving into the light. It was like a beautiful thing. And again, seeing their family in the spirit world who come to visit them just before, or the day before, or a week before. And some of you will understand this if you've ever been in that very, very divine and special moment of somebody moving into the light right there. You can't explain it. It's something extremely special because you can feel the spacesuit, which is had its time, and then all of a sudden the spirit comes out and you can feel it in the room, like you could feel the spirit world coming into this room if you've ever been here giving a pure energy healing, or if you've ever done a course online and you're working in your home and you're giving a healing session. You can feel spirit sometimes come through you or near you, and it's so beautiful that magic happens, and to be able to share that information with people. There's no words. People will look at you like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Tracy, what's he on about? Don't know, Sharon. Talking about something happy. I don't know. Have you got them popcorn and crisps? Come on, bring them over. Let's listen to it. Don't know what he's saying, but ain't his top lovely? But it's true. Yeah. You'd never really understood. You never really understood until like people say to me here, oh my God, Mark, I understand it now. I get it. And I'd smile and say thank you. Because for me to explain to you how you would feel when spirit comes into the room and comes into your energy to help heal, it's another level of understanding. It's another level of explaining. Forget it. It's impossible. There are a billion feelings and a billion energetic frequencies that are happening at that given moment. You forget it. You spend 10 years writing it down. But in that moment of that feeling, it's like, oh my God, I want everybody to feel this. And like, you're not being possessed. Oh, that sounds like a possession. No, it's not. Nothing like possession. Nothing like, that kind of spiritual, people call it attack or whatever, psychic attack. Nothing like that. It's the yin and yang, totally opposite. When you are the vessel for spirit to come into your energy, spirit for some reason can perform some amazing energetic frequency with the spacesuit and your energy at its highest. It's incredible. It's incredible. I could write a book about that. Just that alone, I could write a book. And the really interesting thing about that, I know I'm going from pillar to post, but I just like to talk. And then when you move away from that position where spirit's in because you're drawn to go somewhere else, there's a reason for that. You're drawn to go to the head maybe, or the feet. You move away from there and say you're at the feet and you're giving this healing session, you feel spirit come into your energy or near you. And then okay, I've finished here. I'm drawn somewhere else. So I go somewhere else and do healing. At the end of the healing session, it practically happens nearly every time. When spirit comes into the room and you're giving a healing session, the client gets up and says, that was strange because you were at my feet and then all of a sudden I opened my eyes and you were at my head. But I'm sure you were at my feet. Somebody was at my feet. And that's when you smile. And I used to smile thousands of times and go, yeah, it's called spirit. It's your family. It's somebody who came to give you healing, to help you along this journey. And a lot of people say, well, that's never happened to me. Nobody's ever given me healing. I've never felt this way. So what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes we feel the energy when we're in the presence of a room which is cleansed and cleared. but most people's houses aren't. They're filled with negativity, fear, the TV, which is giving off a negative energy constantly. You throw your TV out the window, and I guarantee you, within 1 week, the whole of the room will change energy. If you sage that room, the energy will change in the instant you start the saging, because sage smoke clears negative energy. So this is just one of the things that I'm trying to explain, that when we or shamans or healers create a space, they're doing it because they know that that space is created to help spirit world to come forward. So it's a bit like this. Here's our world. Here's the spirit world. And here, let's say, here is the density of negativity. So I walk into a room and it's here. I need to raise that energy to the right energy, which is here. This is our world and how it should be, with Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and how we should live in love, right? And then spirit comes down and can only come to this level, can't go to that level. It's hard for it to go into that negative energy level. So then they're happy here and they can do most of their work here. They can go down here, but it's a little bit harder. It's hard to explain, but it's very challenging here. Here is perfect, okay? So we've risen to where we should be, where most of us are not, and spirit world can come to this lovely energy, and when we come together, it's magic. It's magic. It's the best healing in the world. Yeah, love it really. I love talking about healing, and to say I've had so many jobs in my life. If you were to sit down with me and you were interviewing me, you'd look at my CV, Seculum Victor, yeah, CV, and you'd throw it away and say, next. This guy can't do anything. He's done so many things. It's no good to me. And yet here I am, 2 decades later, doing one thing, because I found something that really fascinated me. Found something that made a difference. I found something that I'd come home on a night and I'd say, it's been the most amazing day of my life, and I didn't realise that there was such magic in the world. I could never imagine this, and every day was the same. And it was like, I know I didn't say too much when I was married to my wife, because I used to keep things to myself because it was personal. But there was days that I used to say things and never say who it was, or whether they were famous, or whether they were just somebody in the village, or somebody who had travelled from Africa, America, India. They travelled to have a healing session, and I'd just say, somebody came from another country, had a healing session, and I might say a few words of what happened. But the amount of miracles that took place in that little room, yeah, it's just so beautiful. And that I can look back on my life and say, yeah, when I close my eyes at the last moment and open my heart and be free from this limited space suit that always tries to make me knee-jerk, always tries to make me believe in fear and worry, when I can leave this behind and say, okay, I did my best. Yeah, I am actually looking forward to that. I don't believe in leaving this world too soon. We should leave just when we're meant to, not force ourselves to leave this world by a rope or a knife or drugs or anything. No. Leave this world at the right moment, and then you'll fulfill your destiny. And I'm sure you have learned a lot in your life. But when people say to me, how do I step on a spiritual path? I say, well, my spiritual path was about healing. I was in a circle and then I started healing, learning how to heal. So it makes sense what I share with you guys often. I try and say, hey, listen, I've done a beautiful course online, and it changes lives. And it does. It changes lives. And it's called the Pure Energy Healing Academy. And it's 4 days that you've got to give up. You've got to surrender yourself. You've got to tell everybody to leave you alone, and spend 4 days doing the course. And it's so virtual and so easy to do and so amazing that you bring clients in, and it's so straightforward. You walk through it. It's like somebody's holding your hand, step-by-step guide. It's so simple. And after those 4 days, then you'll understand healing. You'll understand why my life became so magical. You'll understand when I say magic happens. Not anybody else will, because they might not have gone through that. Most people haven't because they're too busy chasing their tail. But when you can spend 4 days in that energy and tell everybody to leave you alone and then bring your clients in and give a healing session in that hour, something just happens. And I love it because I think it's coming up, is it the 9th or the 12th, 9th to the 12th of this month, we've got the Pure Energy Healing course with crystals. So when we come together, I love that. We're going to talk to each other online and you're going to tell me what you've experienced. And I sit there and just smile. And sometimes I cry. Sometimes we all cry as a community, as we're looking at each other, and we become best friends. And it's like we share something that 95% of this world never does. And to a degree, it's heartbreaking that not everybody can, but not everybody wants to. Not everybody's come to this world to be the healer, to experience that. They've come to this world for other things. So we have to learn to understand that. Just like I'm not interested that I need to get everybody into my circle or my spiritual group. That's no interest to me. If people are ready, they will find the right person to go to. And whoever that may be, may be. I had teachers who were jealous of me because people wanted to come to see me and they stopped coming to see them. And I'd say, well, what about the people who stopped coming to see me and gone to see you? I'm happy for them because you don't own anybody. We don't own anybody. They're not our clients. They're people who are free to experience everything that they want to do. So even my teachers were sometimes naive, sometimes fearful. It's all to do with fear. Of course it is. And this is one of the beautiful things about my teachers. I learned so much from them. So in the Pure Energy Healing course, I always say to them, first thing is this: look, there are, or so they say, there are 8 billion people, probably a lot less now, but there are 8 billion people in this world, okay? If you consider that, if you looked at 3 streets, all with houses on 3 streets, okay, 1 long street, 2 long street, if you had every client from just 3 streets, you would be able to heal for the rest of your life and earn a living with just 3 streets of clients. There's 8 billion people in the world. Why would you feel fearful over another person? It's beyond my understanding. And I realized very quick that the teachers who did that never had any students, hardly. Makes sense, right? If you're fearful of something, then you're creating that to never happen. So, I'm never going to get any clients. Your energy says you're not going to get any clients. So your energy says, okay, this person here, this brain is saying you're not going to get any clients, so you're not. I never used to think like that. I just used to sit and smile, and my phone would ring. Mark, is that Mark Bayersky? Yeah, it is. You gave a healing session to Jane. Do you know Jane? I don't know Jane, no. Really? She came yesterday. I'm really sorry, I can't remember, because I don't hold on to who that person was. No interest in me. I did what I did. I gave my love. I gave my best, and then they went, and it was out of my mind, ready and open for the next client. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, well, okay then, you're right. Can I come and see you? Sure, yeah. And like after that, that was Sarah. The phone would ring again 3 or 4 times the next day. Hi, you gave a healing session to Sarah. Is there any chance of coming? Okay, yeah. I don't know who Sarah was. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. And some people will be offended. Some people will get offended. What do you mean you don't know Sarah? She only came yesterday. Don't you remember? Why don't you remember? Why should I remember her? I would, at the time, I gave her all that she needed through the help of spirit. I looked up and let it go. It's not my issue, not my problem. I wonder how she's doing, this woman. I wonder how that woman's doing. I wonder how that man's doing now. Oh, hang on a minute, mate. That's a lot of negative energy. Are you thinking about that woman saying that? Yeah, well, maybe you're sending that energy to them now, making them feel bad. How about letting it go and saying everything is fine? I hope with all my heart I did my best and I tried my best, and now I'm letting it go and let the universe take over, and I'm sure there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands of people along that person's journey who's going to help them too. It's not only you. Take the ego out of it. Take the worry and the fear and the sensitivity out of it. Get rid of it, right? So I used to do this. All right, the customer's gone. Kick them up the bum. Get them out of that room. Next, please. Oh, that's a bit harsh. No, it isn't. It's saying you've done your job. You trust in what you've done. You trust in your work. That's it. I trust my work. Oh, that's a bit egoistic. No, it isn't. That's not ego. I've let it go. Ego is holding on to it, wanting to know if they're better. That's ego. Let it go. You're not here to want to know if somebody's better. If somebody's better, they'll ring you up and let you know. And you go, oh, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you feel better. And well done you for feeling better. Well done you for getting that energy and holding on to it and not letting other people upset you or other circumstances or environment mess that up. So well done you. You're the healer, not me. All I did was, I was just a conduit. I was just the vessel that gave whatever was needed from the spirit world that you were brought to me to do. So I said, shut up. Oh, I can't do that. Shut up. Who are you to say you can't do that? Spirit world's just brought somebody here to you and you're now trying to cut that off. Shut up, mister. Shut up. Switch off. He's off. Now we're here. Okay, do the work. Work's done. Give him a cuddle. See you later. Have a beautiful life. Have a beautiful day. Not, right, dear. I think you need another 26 healing sessions. Seriously? I think you need to find another job. Like go into real estate. Okay. It was a little bit of a chat about everything all over the place, but maybe you got something from it. And maybe, just maybe, I think on the 9th of January, I think it's either 9, 10, 11, 20, yeah, the 9th of January, you can just check it out anyway, that we have an online interactive course, which means that on a night, myself and the great Layla Satie, who's the director of the Pure Energy Healing Academy, we sit here and we talk to you guys. There might be 10, 20, I don't know how many people are going to come on, how many people who are going to take the course, but this is a course all about crystals and healing, combination crystals healing. So after the first night, we come together on a Zoom call, private Zoom call, and we have a chat together and we ask you individually, how did you feel? How did you experience it? Anything that you'd like to ask? Most people say, oh, it was wonderful, it was amazing, I can't believe I got, yeah, we're all excited. Day 2, again, we come on, with it day or night, I don't know, but it's sometimes day and sometimes night, I don't know. But when we come on, how did it go today? Oh yeah, I experienced, this was lovely, I really got brilliant. We have a chat about it. Day 3, okay, oh my God, I had a client, it was my mum, I put the crystals here and there, like you said, try this, try that, and I did that, and oh my God, she got up and she's a different woman, and we're all crying, and all of us are crying, but we spend most of our time crying because it's so beautiful, and it's so potent in love and power when somebody feels that divine moment of healing. Again, you can't put it into words, but it's so beautiful, so powerful. And then day 4 comes, everybody's crying because like, is that it? I don't want it to end. And like, okay, now you've got to stand up and get on with it. You've got to go and do the work now. And you've got it under your belt. You've got it in your heart. You've got it in your mind. You know what to do. Whenever you need it at the right moment, you'll need it. If somebody's on the floor having a heart attack, somebody is not feeling well, you'll go over and give you healing. Whatever the circumstances, little kids not feeling good, just touch them on the back or whatever. You just give them a little healing session. They feel better and they're off again. Little doggy not feeling well, you learn how to heal dogs. You learn how to absent heal. All of these things are in the 4-day course. And I swear to you from the bottom of my heart, intentionally, myself and Layla Satie put our heart and soul into these 4 days. And the way it was done is so professional and so beautiful. You feel like you're in the room with us and everybody else. That's how powerful this course is. So if it's meant to be, if you want to start to a new year, if you want, so many people say, oh, I'm going to start the new year and I'm going to go and buy some new clothes, a new handbag. The new clothes and the new handbag will only last a few moments and then you'll be back to where you are. If you're going to invest in anything in your life, invest in yourself, invest in healing and learning how to heal. Invest in this Pure Energy Healing course, online, interactive, and I promise you, It will be the best start of your life, and it will be the turning point for magic that comes in thereafter. And all of a sudden, you'll look back and say, shit, that my life changed at that given moment. Yes, as it did me when I learned to heal, changed all my life. And when everybody says, how come you're happy? How come you're feeling better? How come can you let go pain? How come it goes so quickly? How come you're always laughing? How? Because I learned how to heal. And this is an opportunity for you. Link below. I'll see you on the 9th. It's going to be a great 4 days of learning how to heal, learning about crystals and the power of them and how to use them. What a beautiful start and what a beautiful Christmas present. Take care.